UFC328. Main event, of course, is Hamza Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. We are currently on the main card. Joaquin Buckley just got pretty dominated by Sean Brady. Sean was able to continually take Joaquin down and then uh, exert top control. I think he swept all 3 rounds. Joaquin's corner even told him before he went out for the 3rd round that he needed the finish. Excuse me. Right now we're getting ready to watch a heavyweight matchup between Alexander Volkov and Waldo Cortez Acosta. I'm rooting for Waldo. I really enjoy his fighting style. I think the interesting thing is that he throws his punches the way you would throw a ball. I mean, he has that baseball background, and I think he was able to translate that skill set over to fighting quite effectively. So right now, Acosta is just getting ready to get in the cage. He's hugging up his corner. Interesting. They're wearing the red headband thing, like kind of like Julio Cesar Chavez did, the boxer, senior, not really referring to junior. Um, I don't know. I guess the UFC allows the red headband thing. They don't seem to allow a lot of other personal signage, but obviously he got them to give him permission to do that one. All right, now Cortez Acosta is getting greased up by the cut man. I'm just finishing up my dinner. Got some veggie fries. I usually bake these. They're not fried fries. Saturday night's the only time I eat these because I'm not going to do a hard workout tomorrow. If anything, I'll just go for a little recovery jog in the morning, and that's it. All right, Alexander Volkov is now making his way to the cage. Hello, Bryson. How are you doing? Who are you rooting for in the main event? You're going to go for Chimaev or Strickland? I'm going to root for Sean. I mean, there's some things he says that I disagree with, but as a fighter, I enjoy his boxing style. Chimaev, though, just has such dominant wrestling skills that, I mean, I can't deny him that. That's the only soda I drink. 0 calories. No fake stuff. Hello, Summerlove. How are you doing? All right, Alex Volkov getting ready to get in the cage. He's getting checked out by the official. Whatever it takes. Yeah, I don't know if Chimaev can KO Strickland standing up. I think probably his smartest strategy is to take him to the ground and try to finish him there. Thank you, Summerlove. All right, for whatever reason, we just cut to commercial break, so I guess we're going to kill another minute before we actually start this fight. They're advertising Sleeper? I don't even understand what that is, a betting app or something? All right, well, Volkov and Cortez Acosta are both over 6 feet tall. They're both well above 250 pounds. Volkov has a slight height and reach advantage in this matchup. But Waldo Cortez Acosta really has straight punch knockout power. Plus, I like how Cortez Acosta uses his jab. All right, guys, we're just here to talk about the fight game. Right now, we're watching UFC 328, taking place in Newark. Main event is Chimaev versus Strickland. Whatever it takes, I get it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, in spite of Sean being a little bit controversial, more than a little controversial, at times I appreciate his sincerity and his. I feel like he's being genuine, even if I disagree with what he's saying. Chimaev, I don't know about that, about his sincerity. All right, here we go. Heavyweight matchup. Both of these guys are in their 30s. They're both over 250 pounds. This is interesting. This is an orthodox matchup. You can certainly see the height difference between Volkov, that he's taller and got the longer reach than Cortez Acosta. Both men trading kicks, low kicks to the inside and to the outside. Volkov is moving around. Cortez Acosta is tracking him. There goes Waldo with a single jab. Volkov with the inside kick, Volkov with a calf kick. Cortez goes for the 1-2, does not land. Throws a calf kick. Volkov still circling around to his right. Those are rear snap kick. Cortez Acosta with a couple jabs, not really meant to land hard. And now Cortez Acosta put a little more juice on that jab. It didn't land though. Acosta's still tracking Volkov. Volkov still moving sideways to his right. Volkov throws a couple of half-hearted low kicks. Cortez Acosta is still tracking Volkov as Volkov continues to circle to his right. Not a super exciting fight yet. 2 minutes into the first round here. Volkov still circling over to his right. Cortez Acosta is tracking him. Volkov with the inside kick circles to his left a little bit, another inside kick, and goes back to his right. Goes for a calf kick. Cortez Acosta sees his moment, starts throwing some hard 1-2s. Volkov again backing up. Cortez Acosta right on top of him. This time as Volkov cuts to his right, Cortez Acosta tries to come in with a hard 1-2, and the right hand almost lands. Cortez Acosta with a couple measuring jabs. Waldo blocks a body kick by Volkov. Sounds like the crowd is getting a little irritated with this lack of action here in this heavyweight matchup. Again, Cortez Acosta with a series of probing jabs, and then he throws a hard jab to the body. A lot of faint jabs from Acosta right now. Cortez Acosta. So far, Volkov's not really throwing anything with with bad intentions. And Waldo has him backing up. Again, circling to his right, and Waldo's figured out that he can land a 1-2 as Volkov tries to get away to his right. Waldo with a couple of half-hearted kicks, low kicks. Waldo blocks Volkov's body kick attempt. Volkov with a straight right hand, but Acosta right there just landed a nice solid jab. So now he knows where his range is at. Got a minute left. Waldo catches one of Volkov's kicks. Lots of feinting motion from Waldo, and then he throws a hook right hand. Nice combination, just to throw a changeup, maybe from his baseball experience, knowing that the changeup towards the end of the round might catch his opponent off guard. Again, Volkov throws a body kick, a half-hearted right hand, and again, Waldo with a probing jab, and then a big right hand. So thus far, we have less than 30 seconds to go. Oh, nice left body shot right hand by Acosta. Ten seconds here. This is definitely Waldo's round. Volkov with a calf kick. Waldo staying right on top of him. Volkov with a head kick attempt that gets blocked by Waldo. Well, that was definitely Waldo's round. And I think he might figure the distance out this second round and end things. All right, Waldo's corner liked the hook right hand, and I would agree. That caught him off guard. Body language in Alex's corner does not look good. He looks downcast. I think Volkov's coach is trying to tell him something about his right hand connected. I'm not sure what he was saying exactly. Here we go, second round of this heavyweight matchup. Right now I have Cortez Acosta from the Dominican Republic up one round. And so Waldo was not wasting any time. He's getting straight to work here. Oh, but nice jab lands for Alex Volkov. Waldo comes right back with a double jab of his own. Oh, and then a big hard jab right hand. Does not quite connect, but they fall into grappling range for a moment. Nice jab to the body by Waldo. Volkov looks a little bit awkward on the feet. He looks a little stiff. I'm not sure what this little bouncy move is for him, but Acosta just caught him there with a hard jab that knocked his head back. Again, Volkov does this little skip move and then starts trying to circle to his right. Now he's trying to come forward. Inside kick. I would guess that Volkov is not a very graceful dude on the dance floor. Not that that matters, but I'm just saying he just looks kind of stiff in there. Stiff and repetitive, plus he's crossing his lead foot over his rear foot when he moves to his right. So that's an error that should have been corrected a long time ago. Plus the fact that he's always circling to his right. So if Cortez Acosta. I mean, that's why Cortez Acosta's corner is saying left hook, because that'll stop the movement to the right, and then right hand. Because once he freezes Alex with the left hook, he's open for the right hand. All right, 2 minutes into this second round here. Alex throws a decent 1-2. It's not going to be enough to steal the round. Just he's got to put some of those together. But what I really don't like is what I'm seeing now, which is as he moves to his right, watch how he constantly crosses his left foot over his right foot. It's bad fundamentals right there. He just did it. Right there again, he just did it. Okay, so head kick attempt from Volkov. Waldo continues to track Volkov. Oh, nice 2 to the body. Oh, big right hand by Waldo, almost lands. Then a nice hard jab lands and another. Waldo's yelling at Volkov to stand and strike, but that's not what Volkov wants to do. Volkov with a hook right hand. For a moment, he stuns Waldo, who stumbles a little bit. Waldo's motions for him to come in. Volkov affords him that and throws a hard right hand. Waldo's still talking at him. Throws a jab right hand to the body. Volkov with a nice hard jab. Waldo tries to return that jab. Just under a minute and a half to go here in this second round. I think Waldo got the first, but this is a much better round for Alex. I don't know that it's enough for him to win this round. Let's see what he can put together in the final minute and 10 seconds. Okay, Alex with a nice single jab. He's got to put something behind that jab, though, if he wants to inflict damage or even to steal the round here. Oh, nice head kick by Volkov lands. Waldo backs up a little bit and tries to brush it off. Big right hand by Volkov. But again, Volkov circling off to his right, crossing his feet. Cortez Acosta with a thigh kick. But see, he's by attacking Volkov's outside, that doesn't really cut the ring off or cut the cage off from Volkov. There we go with the left hook from Acosta. That froze Volkov in his spot. Volkov with a calf kick. Acosta tries to return an inside kick. And that's the round. All right, that was a close round. We might give that to Volkov. I think we give that round to Volkov, so now it's 1-1. All right, so Waldo's corner asks him what is he waiting for. Tell him, keep his head moving. I think they give him good advice between rounds 1 and 2 in that his hook right hand is a great combination to throw, especially when Volkov starts trying to move off to his right like that. Okay, here we go. Third and final round. Both men need this round in order to secure the win. Let's see who can do it. All right, again, Volkov starts off right away, circling to his right. Waldo, I feel, has to get going with the jab so he can then measure distance and then throw that left hook right hand straight down the pike. Lots of feinting motion from Waldo. Alex starts moving to his left and then cuts back to his right. Volkov with a body kick attempt. He circles back to his left in southpaw stance momentarily. I don't think he's going to stay there. Head kick, body kick attempt by Volkov, and he's circling back to his right again. See, Carlos is not, Waldo Cortez Acosta is not really taking advantage of the fact that Volkov is always moving to his right. Well, there we go. Waldo with a nice right hand. Upstairs. There's an exchange between the two. They go to touch gloves. The ref stops the action. I guess there's an eye poke or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, eye poke. Ref asks Volkov if he's okay. All right, here we go. Back to action. Big overhand right, followed by another big right by Carlos Acosta. Cortez Acosta, rather. Right, both men need a finish here. They got 3.5 minutes to make something happen. Nice body kick by Volkov. Blood coming from the nose of Alex Volkov at this point. At this point, based on body language, I would say Cortez Acosta is dominating, but it's not body language alone that wins a fight. All right, 3 minutes to go here. Nice straight jab by Alex. Then he circles away to his right again. Waldo with a nice jab, overhand right. Oh, nice hard jab from Waldo. Snaps Volkov's head back. Volkov tries a head kick. Cortez Acosta comes back with a nice hard jab right, overhand right. Waldo with the inside kick followed by a right uppercut. That was a nice move. Nice change out. Hard jab from Waldo. Calf kick from Waldo. Now Waldo's the one on the outside moving a little bit. Volkov throws an inside kick. Waldo goes for a double but doesn't get it. They're in a clinch position. Both have unders. Volkov walks Cortez Acosta back to the cage. Cortez Acosta reverses the position, circles out. Just under 2 minutes to go here in this heavyweight matchup. At this point, I would say Waldo is winning this third and final round. I think we can give Volkov the second round. Volkov with 1.5 minutes to go here, still moving around. Tries an inside kick. That's when he gets clipped with that right hand from Waldo. And Waldo with a nice hard jab snaps Volkov's head back. Hey, Chris the Sultan, how are you doing? All right, final minute of this heavyweight matchup. I think Waldo at this point takes it 2-1. Well, let's see what happens in this closing minute. Let's see if Volkov can reverse his fate. Okay. Waldo with a big overhand right. Volkov with a big head kick attempt and an inside kick attempt. Volkov with inside kick 1-2 attempt. I don't know what that was from Waldo. It looks like he wanted to kick and then changed his mind. 30 seconds to go here. This is where both men should be just letting it rip. Okay, here we go with Waldo trying to let his hands go a little bit. Waldo pursues Volkov, tells him to stay put. This is the type of thing you want to see from two heavyweights. You want to see Cortez. You want to see them just throw down in the last closing rounds. There you go. Cortez Acosta, he has the right idea here. He's throwing haymakers. and that's the bell. Volkov raises his hands in victory, but honestly, I think Waldo got that third and final round. In my opinion, you shouldn't try to be a minimalist when it comes to fighting. You know, you shouldn't be aiming to win by the least amount possible. You know, you should be trying to win in a clear manner. All right, we're on commercial break. They showed us a clip for I don't know if it's a series or a movie called Backrooms. And now we're looking at an ad for DraftKings. Whatever it takes says, okay, so let me go back. Chimaev is the minus 500 favorite. Sean is really good on his feet, but I'm thinking Chimaev might just take him down and lay on him for boring points win. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. I could really see that happening. Whatever it takes says, really hope they stand up and bang. Though, yeah, that would be more fun. Whatever it takes says, who do I have in the upcoming Mayweather-Pacquiao fight? Man, I think the fans lose in that one. I mean, definitely wouldn't be paying for that. That's for sure. I think Mayweather can make it a boring fight and just run around. You know. All right, let's listen in on this decision here. Oh my goodness. Oh, I got it wrong. They gave 2 rounds to 1 for Volkov. Wow, I'm surprised. Huh. All right, guys, I'm going to step away for 30 seconds. I will be right back. All right, Bob is making his post-fight speech. Trying to say, he's trying to just speak in English. I don't know what he's saying, to be honest. I think Volkov's saying he should fight for the heavyweight title. Volkov says he wants to fight Pereira or fight for a title. I didn't think he won that fight, but hey, that's just my opinion. Oh, Josh Hookett in the audience. That's funny. Pantoja's in the audience, of course. All right, so break between action here. Who do you guys have in this co-main? Josh Van or Tatsuro Taira? I'm definitely gonna cheer for Taira. Not really a huge Josh Van fan. Um, Not like I'm a huge Taira fan, as I said in my short, but I'm more of a not Josh Van fan than I am of a Taira fan. So I'm gonna root for Taira. Um, I mean, I think Van is capable of hanging on to his belt, but I think Taira has the superior grappling. So we'll see if he's able to get past the strikes and get Josh on the ground. That would be a lot of fun. Right now we're looking at an ad for Bud Light. All right, let's see. Oh, I guess we're gonna watch some. Oh, here we go. Josh Van in the change room doing mitts. Josh Van is very, I mean, he's young, very athletic, very determined, great conditioning. The one big weakness for Josh Van, I would say, is his corner. Okay, Tatsuro Taira, shadow boxing for the camera here. He had such a dominant performance over Brandon Moreno, didn't he? I mean, that was a little surprising. I didn't think he would dominate Moreno like that, but he earned himself this shot. I think a lot of people thought he was going to wind up fighting Pantoja, but in that crazy upset loss, Josh Van got the belt, so Tiger gets a shot at Van. All right, now we're going to commercial break. They're advertising Dutton Ranch. It says on May 15. I have no idea what this is about. Dutton Ranch. People wearing cowboy hats and stuff. All right, now we're at a commercial for.
It came down to a game in Indiana. I heard the team's plane got in super late the night before, so I figured I'd use my Bet365
Oh, the ad for Bet365.
Did you win? Well, let's just say the next round of omelets is on me, fellas. New customers bet $10 get $200 in bonus bets. You need a network just as powerful as you are.
Now we're going to commercial for Total Wireless, which I've never heard of. Now commercial for. In the Gray, a movie. Certified. Yeah, we're waiting for the co-main, waiting for Tatsuro Taira versus Josh Van. I'm definitely rooting for Tatsuro. We're on commercial break right now, watching a series of ads. This one is for that sleeper betting app. I don't understand some of these apps. It's like you can bet on anything. Like I feel like you can bet on like whether an insect crawls up a wall fast enough or something stupid like that. But I mean, that sounds like hell for somebody who has a gambling addiction, you know? If you start opening up a betting line for stuff that has nothing to do with sports and open it up for a betting line on the weather, to me that's crazy. All right, wherever you guys are at, are you guys celebrating Mother's Day tomorrow? If so, happy Mother's Day in advance. Are you guys gonna tune into Zuffa Boxing tomorrow? It's gonna be Shane Mosley Jr. versus Sergey Bohechuk. I don't know. I'm a little bit curious about that one. Having met both fighters in Los Angeles, but just depends how tired I am or am not. Gotta say, I'm not a fan of the Zuffa Boxing commentator, Max Kellerman. So, as I do with most boxing broadcasts, I'll just mute them out. Here's what I gotta say with with Shane Mosley Jr. I mean, he looks like he has everything it would take. He's athletic, he's coordinated, he's got some nice technical skills, he's got some decent defensive skills. But then there's just something missing where I won't say he makes errors, but there's just some aspect. I don't know if it's all mental or what it is, but it's just missing. And then that's why he loses. That's my take. That's why he loses fights that he shouldn't lose. Certified, yeah. I mean, I think Bohachuk is. I can't speak for him, but I would say on some level he's got both of these fighters got to know this is kind of it for them. If they're fighting on, if they sort of resort to having to fight for Zuffa. They've both fought on big promotions, big legit promotions in the past. So it's not like they're unknown and they're just trying to make a breakout in their career. So, but I think Sergey is overall a little more hungry. Okay, so yeah, the other two fights on there, I have no idea who any of the fighters are. So, I think it's really strategic for Dana to sign fighters that maybe not quite at the top of the heap at all, but they do have this like brand recognition due to the publicity they've gotten from fighting for, other promoters like Golden Boy, like Top Rank, or maybe PBC. And of course, Shane Mosley Jr. brings his name, regardless of what promoter he fights for. Just like, Conor Benn also brought his name over to Zuffa. Again, both of these guys, it's more name recognition based on who their fathers are. But in the end, that doesn't really matter. If they sell views or they draw eyeballs, and that's all that the promoter wants. Here's my question to you guys. Like Josh Van's corner, are any of them out of their 30s? Like, I mean, I almost feel like they just don't quite have enough knowledge in their corner. The irony with Taira is that, the narrative, oh, he'll be, first Japanese champion, this, that, and the other. It's like, well, wait a second. Do you guys remember this organization called Pride? There's been plenty of Japanese MMA champions in the past, just not with the UFC because of that huge schism between the UFC and Pride and all the I feel like the UFC really froze out the Japanese fighters for a while because of the bad business that went down with Pride. So they're billing this fight as striker versus grappler. Striker being Van versus grappler in Taira. In my opinion, Taira has decent technical strikes, so maybe the differential lies in the grappling. That's my neighbor's dog. Alright, so I am psyched for this fight. Maybe more than I am even for the main event. Alright, here we go. They're gonna bring the lights down. They're gonna walk Taira out first. He's coming out to power to the people. That's an interesting choice. Yeah, certified. I don't know. Lyoto Machida. Is that because he's like, I don't know. Not. I don't know why they don't count him. But anyways, all right. So here we go. We have Taira walking out. Oh man, hang on. Yeah, my cat just unplugged that stuff. Right, exactly, certified. I mean, being of Japanese descent, but raised in Brazil, I don't know why, whatever. It's just the UFC's way of labeling people, I guess. All right. So both these guys are still in their 20s. I think they're saying Taira is 26, Josh Van is 24. Sorry about the lighting. All right, so Taira's getting disrobed. Has a little sip of water. Puts his mouthpiece in. Hugs up his coach. Hugs up all four of his coaches. Goes and gets checked out by the cut man. Okay, he's getting greased up by the cut man. Alright, at least this cut man puts grease on the mouth area. Officials checking him out for whatever, no extra body stuff. Gloves. Mouthpiece cup. Taira faces the crowd. Then he gets into the cage. Looks fairly calm. Hope he's activated. right, the lights go down. Come up in blue and yellow for Joshua Van. Certified saying there was actually a Japanese fighter in UFC 2, Ichihara Minoki. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm glad you know these things because, sorry, whatever it takes was telling Certified that there was a Japanese fighter in UFC 2. Thank you, both of you, Certified and whatever it takes. All right, here comes Joshua Van. All right, Josh just strolling out. Okay, let's see what he brings to the table tonight. All right, Josh Van looking upbeat, taking off his jacket. Well, certified, yeah. Yeah, the reason I was saying Japanese champion is because that's how the UFC are. They're trying to sell this thing with Tada. It's like, okay, if he wins, he's the first Japanese champion, and it's like, well, maybe for the UFC, but like, it's kind of a diss to the whole sport of MMA to make it sound like this is groundbreaking when the sport freaking started in Asia. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's funny, like how they spin things so that it's like, oh, this is the first time. It's 2026, you know? Japanese guys have been fighting MMA for a while. You might remember a guy named Kimura. I'm sure the Gracie family does. All right, Josh Van getting cocoa buttered up by the cut man. I kind of don't like the fact that each cut man can do whatever the F they want. I mean, in my opinion, the fighters should be able to tell the cut man how they want to have grease applied to them. Some guys put grease on the mouth, some don't. This guy uses cocoa butter, the other guys use Vaseline. It's you know, that's BS. It should be what the fighter wants, not what the cut man, you know, likes to keep in his pocket or something. All right, Josh Van looking kind of activated, I would say. Maybe a little more. Not sure if he's agitated or activated. All right, we're cutting away to an ad for Bet365 again. We're watching Josh kind of pace back and forth a little bit. Taira looks like he's just bouncing around a little. I wonder if they tell the fighters, hey, we got to kill time in the cage so we can run an ad. All right, here we go. Yeah, Taira's 24. Taira's 26. Van is 24. Taira has a 2-inch height advantage. They both weighed in at 125, and Taira has a 5-inch reach advantage. So that's interesting that Van figures he's the striker, or that everybody figures Van is the striker when Taira has a 5-inch reach advantage, which is quite significant at a smaller weight. Or I should say at the smallest weight. And that's my neighbor playing his music. He does that every Friday and Saturday night. All right, we're just waiting for things to get started. Here we go, Bruce Buffer with his and now. All right, I hope Tyler snaps into it. He looks a little bit disconnected at the moment mentally, but all right, Bruce just got done announcing Tatsuro Taira. Now he's going to announce Josh Van. Van looks upbeat, smiling for the camera. All right, Bruce announces Josh Van. Can't quite tell if those are custom trunks for Josh or not. I guess apparently he's sponsored by Monster because he's got the Monster logo on his trunks. Do you guys drink Monster? I can't drink. I tried drinking it once. I could maybe take a couple sips. That was it. All right, the two fighters touch gloves. Back up. Tatsuo's. Yeah, energy drinks are pretty bad for you. All right, Van is wearing black. Tatsuo is wearing white. Here we go. Looks like it's going to be an orthodox matchup. The men touch gloves to begin the round. Taira right away with a calf kick. Taira a little more jittery motion. Feinting level changes. Nice long jab by Taira. Another kick from Taira. Taira shoots in for a double. Gets the grip. Has Josh pressed against the cage. Elevates him. Takes him back. Interesting move. Did you guys catch that reversal? Now Taira has Josh Van. Both legs hooked. He's in top position. Nice little scramble there by Josh, but Taira's still on top in mount position. Not a good position for Josh to get caught in right off the bat. Taira just has to be patient here. Taira doesn't have control of Van's head yet. I'm not sure. Now he has one arm under. He had one arm under Josh's head, but he's just posting, trying to maintain balance, keeping his hips low. Van is trying to buck from underneath, trying to create some space. Looks like Josh got a half butterfly guard there. Can't quite tell. Oh yeah, he does. So he elevates Taira, but Taira rebalances. Nice move by Taira. He switches over to side control. Josh is right by the cage though, so Josh might be able to use the cage to help get himself back up. All right, certified. Now Josh got on all fours. Taira with head and arm control keeps Josh down. Nice job staying heavy. So he's got kind of a guillotine grip, but now he's circling around. Looks like he might want to try to take Josh's back. He lets him up. They're back to striking. Tatsuo right away with a nice hard jab. You can see the reach difference here. Taira backs up with his hands down and gets caught with a jab by Josh Van. Maybe he won't do that again. I don't like Taira fighting with his hands down by his thighs like that. He does have freakishly long arms, but he should keep them up. Josh with a nice jab. But Tatsuo, nice jab to the head, feints a jab to the body, doesn't quite connect on the second one. But if Tatsuo keeps fighting with his hands down, he might get clipped by Josh Van. And he just did right there. He got caught with a hard jab. So he goes straight in for the double again. Gets Van down again by the cage. Figure fours both of Van's legs. Van is not in a comfortable position. A minute and a half to go here. This is the second time Josh Van has gotten top control. Van is in a seated position. Looks like he's just going to wait this out. Tatsuo transitions over to side. To Tatsuo's credit, he's maintaining that body lock behind Josh Van. Using his head to post against Josh Van's shoulder to maintain pressure. Josh Van is able to elevate himself. Gets up. Josh Van with a wizard grip. Josh Van trying to throw a few little pot shots from against the cage. Tatsuo's keeping the pressure right there though. Both men throwing small kicks and knees. 30 seconds to go here. Taira with a nice Koichigari gets Van down on the ground for a third time. Gets full mount position. Wonderful grappling here by Tatsuo Taira. Very high level. He's in full mount right now. 10 seconds remaining. Good scramble by Josh to elevate Taira. Taira is going for the ground and pound, but Josh stands right back up on his feet. Tatsuo throws an elbow, and that's the round. So definitely the round for the challenger. Taira starts walking back to the wrong corner. His corner has to intervene and bring him back to the right side. Now, here's what I don't like what I'm seeing right now with Josh Van. Why is he not sitting down on a stool? Okay, now his cornerman is incompetent because he's holding a bag of ice on Josh's upper chest. That's not going to help much. Now he puts it on the back of his neck.
Breathe. Don't. Calm down. Breathe. Your shackles are good. Your feints are good. The takedowns are good. Keep doing that takedown. Keep doing that takedown.
All right, lots of talking in Tatsuo's corner. I guess that's the translator. His coach is saying keep doing the takedowns. Okay. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Josh Van's still smiling. He's got to know he lost that first round. All right, here we go. Co-main event. Tatsuo Taira dominated Josh Van in that first round with 3 successful takedowns and then top control for the majority of that round. Josh Van did land a couple of decent strikes, but it wasn't enough to really seal a win of that round. The question is, did Josh get enough of a read on Tatsuo to be able to put his punches together and stop him with the strikes? Lots of fighters choose to stand in the corner between rounds. I just don't think, it doesn't make sense to me, you know? You have the opportunity to sit down, so you should use it. Take the pressure off your legs. All right now Tatsuo shot in for a double, didn't get it, drove Van back to the cage. Van has the wizard grip to defend, and Tatsuo's just keeping pressure on him right now. He's got the body lock, tried to get another takedown through a knee, and then they separate back strikes. Tatsuo with that 1-2. Tatsuo snaps Josh's head back with a jab, but Van just returns the favor and lands 3 hard shots in a row. All right, so I don't like that Tatsuo keeps his hands down like that, low. He just got clocked again with a hard right hand, and he's still keeping his hands down, dancing around, hands down by his thighs. Oh, he's getting caught here badly by Josh Van. Another hard jab from Josh. See, that's a really bad habit that should have been addressed a long time ago with Taira's camp. They should not tolerate him fighting with his hands down at his thighs. Okay, again, Tatsuo shoots in for the double. He gets it. Beautiful takedown. This time, very brilliantly, he turns around, so Josh is nowhere near the cage. Now he's in top position, in mount position, low mount position, keeping his hips low. Let's see if Tatsuo can maintain this position and advance the position. Right now he has both of Van's legs secured with his own legs. Van very wisely elevated him, created space. Now Van is sitting up, but he's got both of his legs still controlled by Taira. Okay, so Josh just secured a butterfly guard, so that'll help him. If that's a better position for him to be in. Again, he's able to elevate Taira a little bit with that butterfly. Now he's got half butterfly. Tatsuo is maintaining top control though, and he's maintained good control of Van's upper quarters, meaning his shoulders and head. All right. Great job by Taira to maintain top position here. Because and he just passed over, got back to mount position. So now now Josh is back in bottom. He's got to try to elevate again. He does. Nice little scramble. But Taira rides out. Notice how he rode that out. Maintain top position. Josh is throwing elbows from bottom. He's got a little over a minute to make something happen here. But right now, I would say Taira, we have to give the second round to Taira as well. All right, Taira is just staying heavy on Josh to maintain control. He's throwing a few little half-hearted punches to Josh. Van is trying to throw punches from underneath. Not very effective, but all right, now they're in half guard. Taira has a reverse guillotine type grip. Oh, now he has head and arm. Josh looks like he's trying to get up, and the cameraman lost his camera angle, so I couldn't see that. Now they're both back up on their feet. Josh catches Taira with a big, hard right hand, drops him with the right hand. Taira's on the ground. Josh going for the finish here with the ground and pound. Taira is in some serious trouble. He's got Josh in his full guard, but he is hurt badly. 10 seconds remaining here. Taira's got Josh in his full closed guard. Wow. Amazing round. Taira got hurt in the last 30 seconds. That's crazy. Let's see what happens here. All right, Taira's corner saying to breathe. Cutman's trying to use that end swell on his eye.
You're good, right? Calm down. Keep grappling. Believe in yourself.
Keep grappling, believe in yourself.
Breathe. Get your water.
Breathe, get your water.
Let's take a look at that knockdown.
Okay, all not helpful information. They should be telling him to keep his freaking hands up, but yeah, whatever it takes, saved by the bell for sure. All right, so that's got to be a huge confidence booster for Josh Van. He just flattened Taira with that right hand. So, now that he knows he can land that, he'll be looking for that in this round. I feel badly for Taira that they never addressed that fatal flaw of him dropping his hands down to his thighs. All right, Josh again knocks Tyler's head back with a jab. Tyler shoots in for a double, but completely misses. He's getting pegged with these jabs. Again, another hard jab. So I think this is just a matter of time here for Josh Van. And okay, Tyler with a nice jab. He fainted with a takedown attempt a moment ago, but he just got caught with another hard right hand. He just doesn't have the head movement and the hand defense, which is kind of surprising that he's gotten as far as he has without that error being corrected. Josh Van with a nice right body shot, left hook there. I don't know why Taira is persisting on sticking with his jab. He threw a single jab and then a single right hand. He cannot afford to throw single shots, and he can't afford to just shoot in like that without setting up the takedown. All right, I think Josh is just going to be patient here. Oh, another hard right hand by Josh Van, a couple of body shots. Another hard jab and a right uppercut that just barely misses. If Taira's not careful, he's going to get flatlined here. But he needs to stop throwing single punches. Okay, there, Taira at least put two together through a calf kick. Goes in for the takedown, does not get it. Oh, this could be it. Van has Taira in trouble against the cage. Taira somehow manages to get off the cage. Okay, Taira has to... So he's got a couple fatal flaws. Not moving his head off the center line, keeping his hands way too low, and then throwing these single punches. He's got to put a couple of punches together. Got caught on the inside there by Josh Van. All right, guys, there's still 3 minutes left in this third round, and I see a KO coming for Josh Van. Another hard jab by Josh Van. Drops Taira to his knees. He's against the cage. Ground and pound. I think this is going to be it. To Taira's credit, he's trying to fight back. He's seated. He's trying to make to his feet. He gets up. Josh has his back. Josh takes Taira down. Has his head and arm. Oh my goodness. Gets his back. Goes for rear naked choke. Is it more of a neck crank? Looks like more of a neck crank. Tatsuo is fighting it. Tries to sit up. Josh takes the rear naked choke grip again. Administers some ground and pound from underneath. Sinks the choke in again. Tatsuo fights it off. Makes it to all fours. Gets up to his feet. Amazing work by Taira to get out of that. But unfortunately, I think this is just a matter of time here. Taira circling around with his hands down. He's trying to throw strikes. Credit to him for all this heart. He's still got 2 minutes to go. He just got pegged by a hard right hand. Tries to shoot in again for takedown, but gets caught with a couple hard little short right hands by Josh Van. It looks like Josh has figured out the timing of the takedown at this point. Feints a takedown, doesn't go for it. Taira's not really following his corner's instructions, which was to stick with the takedowns. But I think he's lost confidence in his takedown. What he needs to do is what he just did, which was to shoot after he throws a punch. So he gets the double. Josh is defending it against the cage. 45 seconds to go here. Looks like Taira has a body lock, but Josh is defending this position well. Taira almost gets a takedown here. Just about 30 seconds remaining in this round. Big round for Josh Van. Oh, Taira gets the takedown. Very nicely done. I got to give credit to him because I thought he was almost done a couple times in this fight. Great scramble by Josh Van. Taira throws a knee as Josh gets up to his feet. Big 1-2 by Taira, and followed by a nice sharp jab and another sharp jab from Taira. All credit to him because I thought he was done. Wow. Incredible. What heart and what conditioning that from Tatsuo Taira.
Referee did not catch it. With one hand down, still illegal, but it's okay. Josh Van goes back to work, drops him with a jab. I mean, what a round by Joshua Van. By the end of the round, that Earl Tyrus getting takedown. Crazy.
Yeah, it definitely has some serious heart. Oh, they should be trying to bring the swelling down on that right eye. That's a big fail on on the part of his corner. They're telling him to breathe. That's all right. Well, this fight could get stopped if Taira's left eye swells shut. Wow, what a fight. Okay, here we go. Round 4. Tatsuo challenges Josh Van for his belt and almost got stopped there. Last couple rounds. Oh, Josh is swinging hard now. Tatsuo shoots in for a double, doesn't get it. Josh defends with a wizard grip, but Tatsuo reverses that. Nice takedown by him, but he is in well, Josh has full butterfly guard right now. So Tatsuo does have top position. Josh has double unders from bottom position. So he's defending this well. Okay, now Josh has an under and an over. He's trying to elevate Tatsuo. He does elevate Tatsuo, but Tatsuo recovers. He rides out that elevation and then just comes back down to secure figure 4 on Josh's legs. All right, just under 4 minutes to go here in this 4th round. Very exciting fight. I would say Tatsuo's got 1 round, Josh with 2 rounds. So Tatsuo either needs a finish or he needs to win the next 2 rounds. Okay, right now he's in full mount position. He's got both of Josh Van's legs hooked. Tatsuo is wise to keep his head low. Here's where we see, here's where we see how advanced Taira's grappling game is and whether he can get to a submission from this position. Josh Van does a great job to buck out, but Josh almost gave up his back there. He's back on his back. Again, Josh is making some good defensive moves here. He's got 1 under, 1 over. Tatsuo's fighting from full mount now. Fighting to get keep control of Josh's head and upper quarters. This is smart strategy by Taira to just ride this position out. Gives himself a rest, takes away the risk of him getting hit with strikes. Oh, nice reversal and sweep by Josh Van. But Tatsuo secures a triangle on Josh's head. I don't think he's going to keep it. He doesn't. Josh breaks free. He's standing up. Tatsuo's on his back. Tatsuo gets up. Back to striking, which is not where Tatsuo really wants to be. Still 2 minutes to go here. Okay, that time Taira slipped. But overall, I'm a little disappointed in his lack of striking defense. He's just eating shots. He just ate a hard right hand there, a couple of hard jabs. He's almost making fun of Josh hitting him. Still fights with his hands down by his thighs. Not what you want to do versus someone with good boxing skills. Not what you want to do even if someone doesn't have good boxing skills. It's just a really bad habit. Right, I see what Taira's trying to feint a level change, but he's just eating so many jabs right now. All right, that time he slips. Okay, nice calf kick attempt by Taira. But what he needs to do is really string a couple of punches together and then shoot for his takedown again. Right, Taira with a decent jab. Again, shoots in for the double. Josh sprawls, stuffs it, throws a knee to Taira. Taira's got a single leg. No, actually, he doesn't anymore. Josh is defending well with the wizard grip. 30 seconds remaining in this round. Very close round because Taira dominated on the ground, but Josh really inflicted more damage. So I could see them giving this round to Josh Van. All right, Ryan Garcia tunes in on X saying, now this is a good fight. Really insightful from Mr. Garcia there. All right, big 1-2 from Josh Van, and there's just a couple seconds left here. Wow, so Taira lives to see the 5th and final round. All right, Cutman cleans up the blood. They should work on that swelling, though.
Checks down. Final round. This is the final round. Let's take this. Let's take this one. Remember what you did. Think of all the training you did. You can take this. You can get a takedown, and you're going to get this round.
His coach, Taira's coach is telling him to get a takedown and he can win the round. Incredible heart shown by both men. All right, so let's see what these men have here. This is going to be quite something. All right, this is a heck of a fight. All right, both men come out. They touch gloves, sign of respect. Right away, exchanging jabs. Oh, nice 1-2-3 by Taira. Nice inside kick attempt, but... Oh, he gets pegged with a hard right hand from Josh Van. Gets pegged with a hard jab from Josh Van. Again, Taira's still trying to feint the double takedown with his level change feints. I think 100% that's the key for him, is to try to secure another double, but Josh just picked him off with a very hard right hand here. Taira went for a grappling attempt, didn't get it. Okay, nice jab right hand by Taira. He shoots in for the double. Josh sprawls, stuffs it. Taira drives him back to the cage. Josh has the wizard grip. Pries Taira off. Circles out. Nails Taira with a jab. Taira shoots in for a double again. Doesn't get it at all. Oh, nice little uppercut there by Josh Van. Nice body shots by Josh Van. Taira shoots in for the double, but again, Josh sprawls. Taira doesn't get anything from that. Nice jab by Josh Van. He's now just landing at will. This could be it. Oh, and that's it. He gets the stoppage victory. The ref waves it off. The body language from Taira was one of submission. You know, he turned away. So, what an outstanding title defense by Josh Van. He jumps out of the cage. Dana White congratulates him. Taira's not happy that he got stopped. Taira's cornerman's trying to, not cornerman, the cutman is trying to talk some sense to him, I guess. He's doing the right thing to protest. I mean, that shows you're a fighter. But yeah, he turned away, so that's a sign of submission when you turn away from your opponent like that. Plus, the ref has seen him take a lot of hard shots throughout this fight. So one hard shot, and then his body went limp a little bit. He steps back, kick, another hard jab, another body shot, head, and he bends all the way over, turns, walks away. Yeah, Taira is really upset about that stoppage, but he ate a hard right hand, hard right uppercut, another hard right hand, turned his face, left hook, sunk down, and that's when the ref waved it off. I can understand why he's upset, though. Yeah, whatever. The ref definitely did step in. I can understand why Taito is upset. I mean, given that he looked like he was almost done at the end, towards the end of the third round, but he managed to survive. It's like he probably figured he could ride that one out. So. All right, now we're cutting to a Bud Light commercial. All right. Well, big congrats to Josh Van. That was a heck of a fight. And he had to ride out being basically dominated on the ground there. Kind of shows you the importance of, once you get position, you got to have a sub that you can get to. You got to have a submission you can get to immediately. You can't just sit there and wait for a decision victory from dominating from top position.
32 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by TKO.
Taira just turning his face away, icing his face with his monster drink. Very disappointed, Tatsuo Taira. Very happy, champion Josh Van. Hugs up with Joe Rogan.
Joshua, how good does that sound? The winner and still. First of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. At the end of the day, man, I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who saved my life. And his name is Jesus Christ. And he's still damn good to me. The champion again. Joshua, that was an absolutely spectacular fight. What a war. So many back and forth exchanges. It looked like you had him out of there a couple of times. That guy had a heart of a warrior. I mean, it was really an incredible performance by both of you. I said I was going to finish him inside 3 rounds, and I almost did. But, man, he's a tough motherfucker, Tatsuro. And, shout out to my coach, Daniel Pineda. He said, go to the body and you finish him. As soon as I go to the body, it was over. Well, let's take a look at the final exchange, because you went to the body several times. You got him with a front kick to the body, and then you started ripping shots to the body with punches, and then eventually you just couldn't take it anymore, and the referee saved him from more punishment. But what a fight! Thank you, man. Shout out to Tatsuro, the Japanese fans, and we can't forget about the Burmese fans. Shout out to Myanmar, man. Now the war will know of us, and you got a fucking champion. Don't be that.
All right, Josh Van in his post-fight speech, talking about his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and dropping in a few F-bombs there for good measure. Guess it's all good. Now they're asking him about Alex Pantoja.
We can run it back if you want. Well, sir, I want you to join this.
Josh is saying, we can run it back if you want.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner and still flyweight champion of the world, Joshua Van.
Yeah, that was a heck of a fight. That was an enjoyable fight.
Official water of UFC. Congrats to Daniel Pineda, Frank Gallego, Joseph Camish, Jose Vasquez, everybody else.
So why did the Josh Van fans have a sushi thing on their sweatshirt? I don't know. All right, nice moment for Josh and his family in his corner in the cage, and still. All right, here we go. Nasruddin Imavov. Khalil. Holy cow, Alex Pereira really looks big now. He's really filled out. All right, so now what are we doing? Oh, more promo. Oh, they're advertising the June 14th card. UFC Freedom 250. Oh, looks like a very interesting belt. It's like red, blue, red, white. Okay. I mean, it's interesting that they have a bunch of non-Americans fighting on that card, but okay. All right, guys, so who's going for Sean? Who's going for Chimaev in this one? I mean, I'm rooting for Sean for sure, but I definitely feel like Chimaev can win this. I'm a little disappointed that Joe didn't bother talking to Tatsuo Taira, but, you know, it is what it is. I think he did an incredible job to make it to the 5th round because I thought he was going to get stopped earlier. All right, now we're watching an ad for a movie coming out June 5th. Some superhero CGI thing. Oh, Master of the Universe. Yeah. June 5th. Everything is all computer generated at this point. I'm not into it. All right, we have back in the change room footage of Hamzat shadowboxing at the camera. And also footage of Sean Strickland shadowboxing at the camera. All right, so I think we're stepping away to commercial again. I'm not sure. Yes, we are. Commercial for Dodge Ram. Mixed in with a little MMA and Bronco buck riding. Here's the cat. Nothing stops Ram. Okay, now they're advertising Poly Market. All right. I think John Anik just called that one of the greatest flyweight fights. Oh, it was a great fight because it was a lot of back and forth action. Okay, so now we're gonna look, I think, at background of Chimaev. All right, background footage of Chimaev. Boars. Whatever. Yeah, I do agree. I'm rooting for Sean. He's shown us that he can be beaten. Chimaev really has yet to show us that. Don't know if there'll be a size difference issue. Duplessis, though, is really an awkward guy. He's big, he's strong, but he's awkward as heck. So yeah, it is one of those weird boxing math or fighting math things where even though Duplessis beat Strickland and Chimaev beat Duplessis, I don't know. Duplessis is kind of a weird fighter. I'm not so sure that I hope Strickland comes with his A game, because he's basically attacking Chimaev's character, but that doesn't matter in the cage, right? So I hope he did his proper homework. How are you doing, Jim? Good to see you. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the lives, there's always a super chat or jewels. Those gifts are always fun because they show up as little animations right here in the chat. And then again, you can always leave a super thanks on any video. I sure hope Sean's trained for this, like, really hard, and that he puts his striking together well. Okay, we're just looking at some highlights of Sean's fights right now. Again, I'm still disappointed they didn't talk to Tatsuo Taira in the cage. I think he earned the right to a little camera time. Yeah, Jim, I would agree. Van does look unstoppable. I think he is beatable, but he just showed great presence of mind to be able to ride out those moments on the ground where he was in bottom position. All right, so again, more highlights from both Hamzat and Sean. Yeah, Kitty Cat is here to visit. This is Herbie the cat. Yeah, I think, the problem is with Tatsuo, it was just his body language was not good at that last moment because he turned away and then he kind of took a knee. Given the fact that he survived those previous rounds, though, it's almost like maybe the ref should have given a little more chance, but yeah, it did backfire if that's what he was doing. All right, Kitty, let's move out of the way for a sec. All right, so here we go, the lights. I'm not sure what music this is. Sounds like an Irish jig or something. Oh, no. What is it? The ants go marching one by one? Okay, I'm sure that's not the song, but that's how I know it, the tune. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. Alright, if you guys know the name of that song, other than that, I mean, let me know, because all I remember is that song from being a kid. Alright, here comes Sean. Looks like he just shaved his head yesterday, maybe. If you gotta cut weight, you might as well get rid of all the extra hair you don't need, right? It'll always grow back. Yeah, I would agree. Sean probably wants to keep this standing up. I am somewhat surprised that he got this shot at Chimaev, but I guess seeing as he's a former champ, you can always make that argument. I do hope that Tyler gets a chance to have an interview and just say his piece, because you could just tell like he was just so disappointed immediately. All right, Strickland getting checked out, makes his way to the cage. Sean just pacing around a little bit in the cage to get some water from his corner. Now we're back to an ad for Bet365 while we wait for the next fighter to get in.
Came down to a game in Indiana. The team's plane got in super late the night before, so I figured I'd use my Bet365.
The song is related to the American Civil War. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to do my research.
Let's just say the next round of
Scooby, is it Scooby? I'm sure it is a serious song. It's just they made up some lyrics for a kid's song. But anyways, here we go. Lights go down. This is going to be Chimaev's walkout. What's he going to walk out to? Oh, they got these wolf eye lights. Very interesting. Jim says, I wasn't sure Van was going to be able to survive the ground with Tatsuro after the title washed Moreno, but he did great. Yeah, Taira, really did dominate with the takedowns in the first few rounds. And Josh did a great job to kind of ride that out and not get submitted. At a point, he was even going for the rear naked choke himself, and I was wondering if Tyro is going to get submitted by him. All right, here comes Chimaev. Do you guys find it interesting the UFC has gone, and Zuffa Boxing, they've gone into this whole black and white trunks thing? Okay, here, Chimaev's hilarious. He's just running to the cage, forcing all these other security guys to run with him. That's pretty funny. All right, Chimaev takes his shirt off. He's got Armin Saruki in there with him. I didn't know that okay, I guess Chechnya is a separate country. I didn't realize they have a green, white, black, and red flag. I thought he was living in Sweden. I don't know. At this point, or since COVID, he's been forced to rep Chechnya, right? The Chechnyan dictator even told him, "No, you're not done." Chimaev just walks right away from the cut man to, I don't know what he just did. He doesn't care. He's just going to do whatever he wants. I see. Oh, and the official brings him back. She forces him to get checked out. He's laughing. She brings him back again. He's still laughing. Finally gets in the cage. Maybe it's one of those Muslim things where they're not supposed to get touched by a woman. But then again, I don't know. That's only if you're a married man and he's not married. Yeah, I wonder if that would ever be an issue. Because I know for sure there are Muslim dudes who won't spar women because they're not allowed to make physical contact. Women with a woman, they're not even allowed to like shake your hand or give you a fist bump. So, all right, here we go. Sean Strickland in his corner. Hamzat kind of sneering across the cage. Quite a few officials in that cage. I guess they're just worried about something happening before the actual fight starts. Wow, they got quite a lot of security in there. And they got the golden snitch kind of keeping pace with Chimaev, kind of mirroring his movements. All right, so Chimaev 32, Strickland 35. Chimaev with a 1-inch height advantage. They weighed in the same. Strickland supposedly has a 1-inch reach advantage. Here we go with Bruce Buffer. Oh, they even got Newark cops in the cage. Oh yeah, Colonel. You like Pride FC better? What do I think of Chimaev's win? I mean, I don't know all the specifics, but you do have 2 hours. If you miss weight, you have a couple hours to make the weight. I'm not sure exactly what the rules are in New Jersey, because the specific rules vary from commission to commission. So, you know, the rules say, hey, you do have a certain amount of time to make weight. So, whatever it takes as the pre-fight vitriol is such a work, all about selling the event. These two will be hugging after it's all said and done. Yeah, it's definitely about selling the event, and both these guys did a great job of that. All right. K1, Rings, and Shuto also the best. Yeah, that's why I feel like, UFC saying, oh, this is the first time, a Japanese fighter is fighting for a belt, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, they're just denying the whole history of MMA in Japan. Never mind the fact that the reason everybody has to learn a Kimura is because it was named after Kimura, who's actually a judo champion, who was able to submit more than one Gracie with that armbar. So they decided to name it after him. But it's a judo technique that's part of the repertoire, that's been part of the repertoire since judo was founded or developed. Yeah, Sakuraba is a legend. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like UFC is a bit of a denial about MMA's history in Japan, or Japanese fighters being involved in MMA from the get-go. All right, Bruce Buffer is now introducing Chimaev. He's absolutely surrounded by security. You got one UFC guy putting his hands on Chimaev. Shuto also a fight promotion. I'm not sure. Maybe someone else can answer that. All right, Herb Dean's the ref. The two fighters actually exchange a pound. Again, both surrounded by Tons of security here. This is crazy. Hamzat all talking mess. Security walks them back. Who's the heavyweight guy standing right next to Sean Strickland there? Is that his manager or something? Chimaev just giving that glare out of from that crouch position. All right, here we go. They actually touch gloves to start the round, both fighting out an orthodox stance. Right away, Chimaev opens with a calf kick, switches to southpaw, throws a head kick. Back to orthodox. Chimaev closes distance on Sean, drives him up against the cage, gets him down. Sean seated right by the cage. Wondering if he can figure out a way to get up here. He's on his rear end. Chimaev hops around Sean to take his back. Drags him back down. Gets one hook in from behind. He's just gonna stay top heavy to keep Sean down. Sean is on one knee, one foot. Again, Chimaev had one hook in. Now he has two hooks in. Two hooks in, closed. Sean is fighting that hand. There's still just under 4 minutes to go here. We're in the first round. All right, Chimaev. Sean posts back up on all fours. Chimaev is still glued to his back with one hook in, one under. Sean on one knee and one foot. Chimaev gets his hook in, gets both hooks in. Backpack Sean Strickland, takes him down, has him on his back. Strickland still fighting to defend the rear naked choke. Chimaev definitely has both hooks in, switches to one in, one under. He's switching back and forth here quite fluidly. Sean still fighting the arms, trying to defend that rear naked choke grip. There's still 2.5 minutes to go here. Again, Chimaev rides Sean's back. Looks like he was going to try to take mount, but switches to now back. Just being very fluid here. Really nice work by Chimaev to maintain control and flow with Sean. He's almost just allowing Sean to move so he can respond to that. Sean's on one knee, one foot. Chimaev's just forcing Strickland to be in a defensive mode this entire time. Now 1.5 minutes remaining on the clock. Chimaev still has that body lock. He's controlling Sean from behind. Sean is on both knees now. Tries to roll forward, roll through. Chimaev just maintaining beautiful control. Still has that hook in. Is up in mount position. Not quite in full mount position. Sean defended that well. But 1 minute remaining on the clock here for this first round. Chimaev with a body lock, elevates Sean, smash him down to the ground. Does not get it, but got both hooks in. Yeah, exactly, whatever it takes. Hopefully it's not just this for the 20 minutes. Sean looking up at the clock. There's about 30 seconds left. Chimaev has his back. They're seated against the cage, so Chimaev's going to keep fighting for that rear naked. Strickland looks like it's... Is it sunk in? It's hard to tell from this camera angle. I don't think it's in. 17 seconds on the clock. Oh, Chimaev lets it go, takes it back the other way. 5 seconds remaining. Alright, Sean made it to the bell. Did Chimaev hurt his own nose? I know, right? He's like trying to punch Sean, and he might have punched himself. Strickland, another one who likes to stand up. Alright, Strickland's corner not really very helpful there, but said something about midline and saying that was Chimaev's best, so this is what we need. I don't know about that. Oh, wow, no, I didn't see Gabby Garcia versus Levine. Yeah, Herb is making him start behind the black line, but Chimaev ignores him and just steps in front anyways. They touch gloves. Oh, big 1-2 by Sean. Nice jab by Sean. Hamzat throws a jab to the body, but Sean Strickland counters it. Hamzat with another jab to the body, followed up by a calf kick. Very nice long jab by Sean Strickland. Hamzat with a southpaw jab to the body. Sean comes back with a left-right. Another left-right by Sean Strickland. See if Sean can get in his rhythm here with his striking. Oh, nice 1-2 by Sean Strickland. Yeah, whatever it takes. I missed that one by Tyson Fury. What fight was that? Nice jab by Sean Strickland. Sean moves away from Hamzat's jab, comes back with a 1-2 of his own. Hamzat switching to southpaw. Southpaw jab to the body. Now Hamzat switches back to righty. I don't know how much this stance switching really helps Hamzat since he's not really a striking expert, but Chimaev shoots in for a double. Sean stuffs it. Now Sean has top position on Chimaev. That's interesting. Okay, Chimaev has Sean in full guard, full closed guard. Sean's on top. Sean is using his head well. All right, thank you for being a big fan. I'm glad you're getting into shape. Yeah, just keep going little by little. All right, Sean is still in Chimaev's full guard. Chimaev's trying to create distance here, create a little openings. Yeah, he was able to get his legs in between himself and Strickland, so that's the right tactic. Pushes Sean away. Sean gets back up to his feet. Forces Chimaev to come back up. And Chimaev actually caught Sean with a nice jab right there. Chimaev shoots in. Sean stuffs it twice. Chimaev rolls over on his back. I don't know why. Sean throws some ground and pound. 2 minutes remaining in the second round. Stuffs Chimaev's legs. Oh, Chimaev, bad weight cut. Yeah. That could be taking a toll on him right now. Sean with throwing in some ground and pound. I can't really tell from this camera angle. No, he's not quite in Chimaev's full guard. Looks like Chimaev has a half. No, he doesn't really have a guard. He's got one underhook. Sean has good top control right here. Yeah, they're saying that Chimaev had to cut 47 pounds. Strickland is maintaining top control here. He has half guard with Chimaev. Less than a minute to go here. Sean dominating on the ground. I think we give him this round based on this. I don't know, Jim. That's what I overheard Cormier and Rogan talking about. All right, nice strategy here by Strickland to just maintain top control here. Force Chimaev to defend and just bear his weight. No, I'm not familiar with those two senseis. All right, that's the round. Okay, so it's 1-1. All right, Chimaev back on his stool. Is Sarukian working his corner? No. They're telling him to breathe and calm down. I don't know why Chimaev's doubled over like that.
Everything's okay, brother. Everything's all right. It's 1-1.
Armanson is 1-1.
Nothing bad happened, all right? We still got this. Just move around. You have to move your feet. You have to get closer to him. And then try your left hook. When you jump it up, left hook up.
They're just telling him to keep moving his feet.
Calm down. We're still good. Everything's all right. Calm down, please.
They're asking him, please calm down, saying everything's still good. Chimaev's walking towards Strickland.
See Strickland. Look at that. Strickland shoving the head. Goes to a wizard sprawl. I'm not opposed to circling to his feet with his back into the guard. That was very surprising.
Okay, here we go. Third round. It's 1-1, so it's even. Both men right off the bat exchange hard single jabs, and Hamzat throws a jab right hand. Hamzat throwing a hard right hand lead. Sean with his Sean Strickland semi-shell defense. I mean, it's effective for him. He knows how to do it, so. Chimaev trying with jabs to the head, jabs to the body, but Sean just looks for his opening and comes right back just like that with the jab right hand. Whatever it takes says this is surprising because Chimaev was a really big favorite going into this fight. So good betting odds to bet on Strickland, I guess. Here we go, first minute of the third round gone. Still fairly even, but right now the fight is on the feet. Both men exchanging hard jabs. Let's see how they change it up, if they change it up. Chimaev tries to change his target area from the head to the body with his jab, but he just missed with a big right hand there, and that's when he got countered by Sean Strickland. Right now, Sean's landing his jab quite effectively and Chimaev's got his chin tucked, but I don't know that his vision is good when he's got his gloves up like that as his guard position. A lot of jiu-jitsu guys resort to that as their guard for striking, and I just think it's a poor habit. Yeah, right now Chimaev is absorbing more strikes, Jim, than Sean, so I guess that's a valid statistic. Right there, Chimaev with a nice 1-2 followed up by another double jab right hand, but does not phase Sean Strickland. He comes right back with a hard jab of his own. He's able to block that jab to the body by Chimaev. Oh, a nice 1-2 by Sean as Chimaev was in southpaw stance for a moment there. To Chimaev's credit with his striking, I do like that he's switching up his targets, but I wish he'd put them together when he lands a jab to the body like that. If you're going to throw a jab to the body, you should follow up maybe with an overhand right. There he goes with the left jab to the body. But notice how Sean comes right back with 2 punches when Chimaev throws 1. There we go. So he parried and then left hook right hand. Chimaev is making an error by ending on that straight right hand. He needs to come back with a left hook to bring himself back in position. There, he just got pegged again. Counter off his jab. Again, single jab to the body for Chimaev. A minute and a half to go here. This is Sean Strickland's round for sure. So now we're up 2. Oh, big right hand by Sean Strickland, even though he ate a jab just before that. Good 1-2 by Chimaev just there. What's he saying to it's like he turned and said something to the ref for a moment. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure if Chimaev has lost his focus or something. A minute remaining here. Looks like Sean Strickland has a bloody nose, but he's landing his jabs quite handily on Chimaev. He's able to split that guard, so I think Sean is got a very solid read on Khamzat at the moment. No need to rush things. I think that's his tactic. Whoa, and he trips and stumbles there for a moment. Comes right back. Ten seconds remaining. And that's the round. I would give that round to Sean Strickland again. All right, I'm going to step away for 1 second and get something to drink. Be right back. See if we can hear anything. I find it interesting that Armin is working Chimaev's corner.
Right jab, left hook. Right jab, left hook. Tonight's championship rounds are brought to you by Ram Trucks. Nothing.
All right, here we go. Up to round 4. Chimaev laughing and joking. Not sure why. Again, they touch gloves right in the center. Right. Here we have Sean kind of moving around. He's not avoiding Chimaev, but Chimaev's the one tracking Sean at this point. Chimaev with a nice hard jab to the body. But Chimaev is missing with that loopy right hand of his. Sean is doing was doing quite well with his jab, especially the last round. It looks like Chimaev's trying to pick up the pace, but again, doing this type of guard just leaves him straight open down the center line. Thigh kick by Chimaev. Jab, right hand to the body for Chimaev. Nice. Whatever it takes, Sean has really good counter striking. Could get interesting if it stays on the feet. Jim says Strickland should be attacking the body himself. Whatever it takes. How does Chimaev's conditioning look? I mean, he's picked up the pace this round, so but Sean is just landing that jab at will at this point. And Chimaev keeps missing with that loopy right hand. Nice right hand back fist by Strickland. Kind of a subtle, sneaky move. You can't really do that in boxing, but of course it's okay in MMA. Sean is just picking away at Chimaev with that jab. And while Chimaev might not be bearing the brunt of it, I mean, he effectively is absorbing it. And then nice counter right hook there by Sean Strickland. Nice single jabs by Sean. Normally I say you don't want to throw the single jabs, but Sean throws his single jab with enough frequency that they're effective. And he's the one that's counter striking, so I'm surprised nobody taught Hamzat that he needs to stop ending with his right hand. Especially when he misses with that right hand, he's wide open. Here we see Sean parry the jab and come right back. Sean's jab snaps Chimaev's head back. He lands a hook. Chimaev with a calf kick attempt, inside kick attempt. Sean with a jab, left hook. Chimaev trying to throw jabs to the body from southpaw stance, and he switches back to righty. Sean circling around, still using his jab quite effectively. Hamzat being the pursuer here. We got a minute left. Strickland's not listening to his coach. I don't think much of his coach anyways. I mean, Eric Nixick, the football guy. Somehow he's a MMA coach. Oh, nice takedown by Chimaev. Strickland down in a seated position with about just under a minute to go here in the fourth round. Chimaev looks like he's trying to backpack Strickland. Strickland's on one knee, one foot. Strickland now elevated. Chimaev had one hook in. He's trying to keep Strickland down. 30 seconds remaining in this round. Strickland turns, gets the whizzer. Under 20 seconds. Here, Chimaev takes Strickland's back, has the body lock. Strickland can probably ride this out. 5 seconds remaining. Strickland fighting the hands. And that's the bell. And they touch gloves. They give each other a pound at the end of the round, so maybe that whole vitriol was at work. Whatever it takes, my conspiracy theory says the UFC won't give Sean the decision. I hope the judges are fair if it goes to the distance. Yeah, that's true. I do hope the judges are fair. All right.
Look at him, bro. 5 fucking minutes, baby. Let's push on this fucking fast.
Eric's telling him, look at him. Like, that's not really helpful advice. And yes, Hamzat does not look good on the stool. His face is a mess. The cut man didn't even get a chance to clean him up.
You're winning. You know this. You're winning this.
Armin's trying to pep him up. They're not giving him any solid advice. I mean, it's cool that Armin's your friend, but you need a coach, not a friend. So I'm sort of shocked that Hamzat doesn't have a stronger corner. Right, Hamzat smiles, tries to... way too much respect being shown here, like... Anyways. Okay, here we go, 5th and final round. Right away, Hamzat shoots in for a takedown, gets a body lock from behind. Tries to elevate Strickland, not able to get it. Sean on one knee, 1 foot, gets back up. Hamzat persistent with that body lock. Sean turns in, reverses the position. Sean fighting off the cage with a wizard grip. Oh, goes in for a judo throw, almost gets it. Hamzat back up. He goes for a throw of his own, doesn't get it. Has back control. Sean on 1 knee, 1 foot. Chimaev just tried to drag him back down, but Sean elevated again. They break apart, back to striking. I think Chimaev's allowed to do a lot of things. Jim, I don't know. Like, did he actually make weight? Who knows? Again, Sean with a very effective jab. Whatever it takes. I'm kind of with you. I think that Sean probably needs a more dominant victory if he wants to get a decision. They probably will give it to Chimaev no matter what, but let's see what Sean can pull off in the last 3 minutes of this fight. Now Sean can start putting his punches together here, and this is the time to do it. Sean should try to pick the pace up a little bit and string 3-4 punches together. Okay, nice double jab by Sean. Okay, nice jab, left hook. Right, Sean has 2 minutes to make something happen here. So does Hamzat if he really wants to make a statement. Do you think it's a work that is Strickland just limiting his output so that Hamzat retains his belt? Nice jab, right hand by Strickland. I mean, I think this should be Strickland's fight. Right, Chimaev shoots in again. Strickland stuffs it, has the whizzer. Chimaev tries to go for a throw, does not get it. Strickland again on 1 knee, 1 foot. Strickland on 2 feet, gets up. Chimaev just keeping Strickland on the cage. Guess he's trying to just showed dominance in that position. Nice little right uppercut, trying to get in there. Yeah, Sean's got to go for it. Yeah, I feel like Strickland just didn't quite pick it up enough there. He throws a hard right hand, but he falls short. He needs to put together he needed to put together 3-4 punches. I don't know that they give him the decision here. Of course he feels he won. I feel he won 3-2. Chimaev's body language doesn't look good. I'm shocked that Arman Sarukian is his cornerman, to be quite honest. It's like, your buddies are your buddies, but your coach is your coach. And, I don't think Arman really, he doesn't have enough experience to really be a coach. He's probably a great training partner, but, all right, guys, hang on. I'm going to step away one more time to get another drink. I had Strickland up 3-2, but I agree with the whole conspiracy theory thing, so I hope they give it to Sean. I think he earned it. I mean, I think he legit won 3 rounds.
Good takedown defense by Strickland.
I don't see how you give the 5th to Chimaev.
He fought a really good second round. Third round, they were trading jabs. Strickland, beautiful right hand there. Another right hand there by Sean. Chimaev with a beautiful straight right hand over.
All right, guys, if you're enjoying the live streams, feel free to leave a super chat or jewels if you guys are have jewels or participate with the jewel thing. Every penny counts, every penny helps. So yeah, whether it's a flying heart or a 100 or whatever it is, they're all welcome. And of course the super chats are always welcome, or you can put a super thanks on any video on this channel. All right. Again, if you score it fairly, Sean got 3 rounds, so he's on the new. I still hope that they give Tatsuo Taira a chance to speak in the post-fight interview. All right, what do you guys think? They're gonna rob Strickland? There seems to be a little too much friendliness between the two of them. Oh. Oh. Wow. Okay. Wow, okay. Split decision. I'm glad he got it. Now they are friends. Look at that, right? So it really was a work. Yep, let's go, Sean. I think he deserved to win it 3-2. Sean.
American fans, my Muslim fans, and my Christian fans, I went too fucking hard. I'll admit it. I respect all you guys. Chechen has great fighters. They're savage. He's a fucking savage. I should be a better fucking example, but I try to sell
DDP is a really awkward
I
athlete.
appreciate you. LaShawn, you sold this fight in a huge way, and you fought this fight in a huge way.
Rogan says he sold the fight in a huge way, which is true.
Would not go back. I'm seeing him with everything. He just keeps coming forward. Crazy.
Chimaev not even staying in the cage for a post-fight interview. Rips off his glove and just flings it into the crowd. I don't blame him. If I were him, I'd be a little bit upset with my corner, but he's the one that hired his corner.
I want to tell you guys and my fans, I fucking love you guys. I would not be where I am today without you guys.
Oh, thank you, whatever it takes. And new, I really appreciate it.
My Muslim fans,
Thank you so much.
I fucking love you guys. You're all Americans, and this is the fucking dream. Thank you.
Sean, they love you too, and we love you. And that was an absolutely amazing fight. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner and new middleweight champion of the world.
All right, so great strategy by Sean Strickland. Yeah, Strickland's nose is going to bother him for the rest of his career. He might as well wait till he's done to get it, like, whatever, fixed. They just didn't have wrestlers in South Africa to mitigate the Chechen wrestling. I think it's more the DDP he's really awkward. He's a big guy. He's got a lot of weight to carry around, and he's just awkward as heck. He just has a really weird rhythm. He doesn't throw his strikes properly, so he's fundamentally flawed. So Chimaev lost on the scale. Yeah, well, he might have weight trained himself. I also don't think he had an optimal corner. Where's the Dominican guy that's usually talking? I don't know why he wasn't in the cage with them. I'm calling him Dominican. I don't know what his background is, but the fellow who was in all the embeddeds talking, and they said, Chimaev's head coach or something, like, how come he wasn't in the cage? Did something go down? Did he get his license revoked and Armin had to step in last minute or something? I'm sure there's a story behind that, but regardless, Chimaev doing this is a flaw that should have been addressed. 40 pounds is crazy. I mean, if it was that much, yeah, it's, I think MMA fighters push the limit. Boxers don't even do that much of a cut, and they certainly don't leave it to the week of. MMA guys plan on losing 20 pounds during fight week. Or in his case, maybe it was 40. I don't know what he started at, but that's just insane, Just because you can get away with it doesn't mean it's a good thing to do. Well, so did you guys think they were a little too friendly in there? Like they touched gloves at the beginning of every single round? Normally you don't touch gloves until the beginning of the last round. And then the beginning of the last round, it's like they touched gloves, they bowed, they touched gloves again. It was just a little weird to me. So I wonder, maybe all that vitriol was a complete work. Yeah, cutting 5 to 10 pounds is still not fun, Just cutting weight is just not, it just isn't fun, no matter how much it is. But 40 pounds is ridiculous. All right, so, oops, sorry, I missed all that. They announced some upcoming fights. Song versus Figueiredo. This is funny. They're giving us a very nice view of a bridge in Newark. Is that what that is? Okay, advertisement for scary movie. Oh, scary movie. June 5th. May 22nd, say your goodbyes. Celebrate the journey. Leave your legacy. What's this about? The acclaimed series reaches its final chapter. Chai for Chicago? I never watched it. Have any of you guys watched it? Alright, now they're advertising Dutton Ranch. Whatever it takes us, I think you have to give Chimaev the automatic rematch if you want it. I think Slug says, I think he's going up a weight class. Yeah, that may be a good choice on his part. Either that or he's got to get it under control way in advance. In all honesty, I don't know if I want to see Strickland fight Chimaev again. Alright, we're still watching more ads. Alright guys, it's been 2.5 hours. I can't believe it. We only watched, what? 3 fights. How come it took so long? Oh, this is excruciating. I guess it's because of all the ads. Yeah, I kind of want to see the post-fight press conference, but I'm pretty whooped. And like I said, we're going on 3.5 hours, so I'm going to share your final thoughts with me. I think I'm going to call it a night in about 2 minutes or so. It'll be exactly 2.5 hours. Oh, so looks like King Green choked out Jeremy Stevens. I was kind of rooting for Stevens. And Sean Brady beat Joaquin Buckley, right? Oh yeah, I did see that. That was pretty dominant. Sorry, yeah. I can't believe Volkov won. I don't think he should have won. Oh, I heard Tom Gerbasi. They had his family there at the Newark Prudential Center. They announced that he'll be inducted into the Hall of Fame, the late, great Tom Gerbasi. I think I'll do a short video about that tomorrow. I didn't know Tom personally, but I mean, we followed each other on Instagram. I'd always be commenting on his posts, and he did interview me once for a really nice article in Ring magazine, so I really appreciated that. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Wow, so anybody who bet on Strickland made some money. And you guys bet on Strickland? I don't gamble. So, let's see. Gonna switch over to... here goes Kate Abdo.
Here is to recap the UFC's 12th visit to Newark, New Jersey. The UFC328 post-show starts right now. Well, everybody, Sean Strickland is the new UFC middleweight champion after a close fight with his bitter rival Hamzat Chimaev.
Any of you guys find Kate Abdo's accent annoying?
With respect, and with the new belt holder, Sean Strickland. Congratulations to him. Good evening, everybody. Very warm welcome to the Paramount Desk. So good to have you with us. I'm Kate Stotts with
Chimaev couldn't fake an illness this time. That's funny.
UFC's newest Hall of Famer, Chris Weidman. Congrats.
Thank you so
What
much.
a great moment that was.
I was in complete shock. Me and Dustin went downstairs. We thought we were
Oh,
doing
they fooled you.
TV hit, you know, to pump up the post-fight show. And we were asking each other, like, why can't we just do it from the desk? Right. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I heard my
Now you know
name.
why.
Like, I'm people looking at me. I'm like, what's happening?
We both worked the desk plenty of times.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've never got brought down behind Joe and DC.
Yes.
Me and Chris are sitting there. They wanted me in game. Well, basically, I've missed it, man. I was in the bathroom when I came out.
Oh, thank you so much for whatever it takes. I appreciate your generosity. It's very kind of you.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
And he wasn't in his girlfriend's trash can in her bedroom.
That's true. Only I can pull that off.
Yeah.
Did I see you get a little bit emotional down there?
They showed us
Shot.
pretty good. You know, everybody's looking at me, so you know that was keeping me occupied.
Ah, that's
And I saw a video of my daughter when she was probably like 3 years old. Now she's 16, and it kind of puts in perspective, man, how long of the journey.
All right, you guys. So thank you so much. Yes, good night, everybody. Appreciate you. To be continued tomorrow.
Chris Weidman, it was great.
I'll see if I can make a few shorts.
Incredible night of fighting.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Slugs. Thank you, whatever it takes. Thank you, Certified, and everybody else who's here on the chat with us. I will see you guys soon. Have a wonderful Mother's Day tomorrow, and have a great rest of your weekend. Okay, stay safe, everybody.
I was just like, I had to leave. I couldn't even sit through it because it's nothing compared.